Thanks so much for getting with me. I was a total pain in the butt to track down, but you got me here, and I'm glad you did. I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful. This is Gimlet if you're watching the video, and he's also doing wonderful. Thanks so much for having me on.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to have you on. I am excited to talk to you. Um, you are really what I would say you're you're doing from where I'm sitting, I think you're doing great in professional wrestling. I think you're working your butt off. You know, you've been to Japan several times. You wrestled for New Japan. Um, you know, Was it always a dream for you to wrestle in Japan, or when you started out, did you think, "Hey, that's an aspiration for me," or how did that come about?
Honestly, yes. I loved Japanese culture when I was a kid. Before I knew that they had like that wrestling was quite as popular and or was watching wrestling over there. I was a WWE kid growing up, but uh when I was a young adult, like when I was in high school getting back into wrestling, that's when I learned about Japanese wrestling and I was like, oh my God, like this is the pinnacle of the sport to me. And ever since then, yeah, it was my goal. One of my first goals when I came into the business was to try to go to Japan. That was like a big bucket list item. And working for like New Japan, that was like kind of like, some people, grew up and they're like, I want to work for WWF or WWE or WCW. I'm sure kids growing up now, there's some that are like, oh, I want to work for AEW or whatever. But like, as soon as I learned about Japanese wrestling in New Japan, I was like, that's kind of where I had my eyes and my sights set.